Good morning. Programs. Morning programs. It's Drax again, coming to you from my house. Cats? I don't know. Today, I wanted to show you a little something that I got in the mail, give a little bit of a review for, which is pretty interesting. Since getting into this whole idea of retro gaming and stuff, I came across something pretty cool online that I kind of wanted to share with you guys. So here, come and take a look. Now, normally, my phone, which I'm using to record all this, has this case on it. I've had it for a long time. It's the original Nintendo controller look, of course, like the Nintendo. Now it's looking a little beat up. I've used it for quite some time, but I found online the other day, dun, 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 this one that looks more like a Game Boy, and I figured that would be a pretty cool addition to my phone. Except this is not just a look-alike. This actually functions. I'm going to take it out of here and I'm going to show you exactly what that kind of looks like, because it is pretty cool. So this is the package it came in. Nothing too crazy, just kind of like your typical Chinese kind of stuff here. It does come with a charge cable. That was so nice of them to include that. So this is it right here. It is a phone case. If you look on the inside, it does show you that it is shock-proof, smudge-proof, everything. I don't know. I mean, I don't think it really is going to give too much protection in here, but the fact that it's actually pretty thin and comparatively speaking to my actual phone case is pretty cool. But the difference with this one is that if you hold this button, you get some crazy awesome Chinese music. But turn that off. You go in English, of course, and it's got 36 games on it. How cool is that? Now, I've already kind of played around with a few of these guys on here, and they're all basically what they call, Famicom for us in America. Of course, the NES. Most of them play pretty well. Like if you actually go to Super Mario Brothers, you can play Super Mario Brothers. Look, I'm Mario, jumping around. Oh, I got hit by the Goomba. Crazy. Now, the only complaint that I have with this is that normally it would be opposite for the buttons. So I'd be holding down A here and then jumping with B. It's actually opposite on here, and I don't know why they did that, but yeah, that's the case. Haha, pun intended. Anyway, plays pretty well, again, for being a phone case and not an actual classic, emulated device or anything like that. This is actually pretty cool. So then you can go back to the main menu. Of course, the music hits again. Dun, 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 dun. But it does have different volumes on it, so you can turn it down, turn it up, turn it off, whatever you want to do. Tetris, I mean, you got the classic Tetris on there. And a lot of these, too, it looks like it's actually licensed to actually work on this device. You see those copyrights and everything on there. I don't know. Most of the times, this stuff coming out of there is not technically legal, but it does work. Now, I have noticed, too, the screen inside of there is like a little bit off kilter, but it doesn't affect it too much. You can see everything. There's Tetris. It actually works. Pretty sweet. Right? So reset. Now, one of these ones that was interesting was Excite Bike here. And I'll show you what I mean. There's no copyrights anywhere on that one. It jumped right to the main screen. No little people up there, nothing else to tell you what this game is. If you look on the back here, there's usually Nintendo logos and stuff on there, so I'm assuming this one is not technically licensed to be able to be on this device. But one of my favorite games from Nintendo all time is available on here. I thought that was pretty cool, so I figured I would pick it up just for the fact of being able to play this anytime I wanted to. Pretty cool. Woo! Alright, so reset that. Let's do a little power off real quick. Yeah, you do have to hold that on-off button there. It's got a reset button to get back there. There's a start pause sound. The only complaint that I would say would be these are rubber buttons, and they do kind of stick a little bit on here, and they have a little bit of travel to them. And I think this would have been better off if it was actually plastic buttons instead of rubber, because one, being in your pocket probably would have been a lot easier to slip in and out with it being plastic instead of rubber. And then just for like durability and just ease of use, I think it would have been, would have been a little bit better that way. That would be kind of the couple things that I would change. Otherwise, these can be bought on Amazon or eBay for under 20 bucks. I figure for the cost of, a cheap case, why not actually pick one up, even if it's just for the novelty of it. Yeah, screen's not if you've seen other reviews on here, the screen is not the best screen, of course. It is super thin on there. Don't know how long the battery life really lasts, but it does charge separately. It's got its own charge port on the side, so it doesn't take any power from your phone, which is kind of nice. The sound is what it is. It's not amazing. It gets the job done. Again, this is more of a piece to be just hanging around, throw it on, and people are like, hey, what is that? That's pretty cool. You're not doing any serious gaming. But if you're a retro, vintage gamer, like I am swiftly becoming, it's a must-have. You gotta have it because 36 original kind of, some actual games, some of them in the style of Nintendo, Famicom, whatever you want to call it, that's a must-have for the price that it is. And these are available for the iPhone 6 through XS, I believe was what was out there. So really cool device. I would recommend it just because of how cheap this actually is and just for the conversation of it on its own. And that's going to be my review of this little device. I would recommend it. It's pretty cool. Don't expect any crazy performance on it. You'll see some screen tearing. You'll see some slowdown. That's to be expected. It's not a crazy performance device. It is what it is. If you're buying it for what it is, you'll be happy with it, much as I am. For you guys, right now, that's it. I do have a video coming up of the clear Game Boy shell restoration, which is pretty cool, and then I will have an update on some of the DSs and devices that I have gotten recently, because my collection is growing and I will need some space to put it. But for right now, just for real quick on this little device, that's going to be it. It's going to be end of the line.